looking good on paper, as are Hutchins, and certainly conditions for great football. The rain's held off, it's a dry day, no wind, and Queenborough Oval is looking fantastic.
It is, as it comes forward through Franks, down towards Middleton. Middleton gets his hand to the ball, doesn't quite get it away though. It's nice work by Jack Hamilton, but it comes back inboard, back to Middleton. Middleton handballs over the top again to a man in trouble in DeBoer, and it'll be a free kick going the way of University. So pretty frenetic early, Hawk.
Yeah, certainly, Tubes. It's a hard-fought game here already in the first quarter. Looking good up the wing.
Finding that man there in Reece Douglas. Douglas goes long towards Howard. Howard can't get his hands on the footy, and he will see it out of bounds. We'll see a boundary throw in. Howard came from Claremont last year, his first year at University, so he's come down. I think he's a scholarship player this year, Hawkey.
And great pedigree, Chris Howard, the son of Hollywood, University legendary player.
Terry Howard, that's right, a holiday. So a little high tackle there, free kick going the way of Hutchins. It will be Wright to take it. This is the ball, Matty Wright. In the middle, great user of the footy, as we see there. Nice mark taken there by Johnson, who handballed to his running player. Douglas picks it up, handballs out wide to Trent from Punchy. This is Stevens. He goes bang with a long kick towards Gilligan. Gilligan trying hard, can't quite get a hold of it. Trying to swat it off the ground was Kevin Jubb, and he's upset about it, but it'll be a free kick going to Collis. Collis with a long kick down towards his big full forward. Strong grab. Beautiful grab down there by Sammy Shivers, and he will go back from about 40 metres out. Slight angle here, Hawk. You've kicked a few goals on this oval. Can he kick it?
Yeah, look, it's a tough angle out there, Tubes. He's got to take it from right to left. Taking his time, though. He's going to have to kick it 45 metres to get it through the goal square. Didn't go for the option of an early lead out of the goal square, but going back and looking good. From about 45 on the left, it's looking okay off the boot, just to the left-hand side through for a behind. First score of the game.
Yep, first score goes to Uni. Hutchins bring it out towards the ball. This is Matty Wright. Wright goes back.
A quick switch,
Finds
Tubes.
Franks, yep. Franks is a good user as well.
Jubby grabs it, handballs off onto the wing, looking for a quick kick up the wing to looking for Wilson. Goes over the top of him and out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, that is rank from, I think it was Dunbavin down there.
If he had his time again, Tubes, I don't think he would have done it.
No. So, Trent Stevens kicking long in towards Fogarty. Uni have it over the back through that man in Collis. Comes down, that's clever by Fogarty.
Oh, beautiful by Fogarty. Threw it on the boot, knew where the goal square was, threw it on the boot and threw for the first major of the game.
Looked really easy there, didn't it? Almost in slow motion, as you see here in the replay. Just unfortunately couldn't get a hold of it, and he ran onto the ball beautifully and swung around, kicked a goal. So Uni 1-1-7, Hutchins yet to score. What a great day of local footy we've had here today, Hawk. We started out with the reserves between these two sides, and then we had Hobart City Demons running out victors by 9 points in the TSL between Hobart City and Burnie Dockers. And it's the Old Scholars main event right here, right now, as we see McCallum Ring going up against the big man there. I think it's Hugh Johnson in the ruck for Hutchins as it comes out again. Nice kick forward there by Jack McDonald. Beautiful little body work there by the Rainbows, but it's still their chance. Down the bottom is Arnold. He's done well, and he's spotted Collis beautifully. That's very, very easy by Tom Arnold.
35 out straight in front, Tubes, by Jared Collis. I think he's good for this. Normally a pretty good kick of the football.
Just too easy there for the Rainbows. Collis should kick this.
Doesn't waste any time, goes back, throws it on the boot and through for another major, Tubes.
Yeah, great work by the Rainbows. So that is his first. Jared Collis has kicked one. Rainbows 2-1-13 to Hutchins yet to score. Just that bodywork here that we're seeing on the replay is terrific. And Arnold, just to be able to get a hold of the footy, just so low to the ground, strength, and then to lower the eyes, Hawkey, is brilliant.
Didn't rush, Tubes, looked up, looked for the right option, threw it on the boot and hit his man in Collis on the chest.
So back in the middle. And it is umpire Hollywood out there, one of our favourite umpires here at Duff TV. His two boys, umpires as well, runs in the family as it comes down nicely there to Gravlas.
Must be.
Holding the ball.
Nope, that'll be another ball up in the square tubes.
Yeah, yep, okay. Fair enough. We had Alice S.A. as the number 8, who's actually captaining today because the captain, Jamie Clark, is out working. He's a fisherman, does a bit of work on the side. So he's 4 weeks on, 4 weeks off type player as the ball's wrapped up again as we see a ball up right here. Oh no, it's been a free kick. It'll go the way of McDonald. Chipping out wide into the path of Howard. Howard can't quite get a hold of it because Jubb is hot on his hammer and it's gone out of bounds and we'll see a boundary throw-in.
Look, we can just thank our lucky stars today, Tubes, that it's not wet. Queenborough Oval doesn't hold the water well. It can get quite deep in the square, but it's looking in great condition today.
Yeah, I went out there earlier there, Hawk, and it's looking pretty good. So here we go, out towards Stevens and another boundary throw-in. So, University in charge for sure. And we've got Ben Duffy, Duff Jr. on the camera right now, doing a terrific job as Martin has to go off and do some interviews for the TSL here at Queenborough Oval. So what do you do if you're Hutchins here, Hawk?
Well, Tubes, you've got to go back to basics. University have just been too physical around the football in the first quarter to date. They want it more. They're looking for better options. They're not rushing when they do get the football. The eyes are lowering. They're looking for their player. They're keeping possession, certainly using their body better like that, Tubes. It was a great tackle, rolled on. We're sitting there with Gavalis.
Out now to Franks, who's a great user of the ball. Chips it in the middle to Jubb, who takes the mark. And gives away 50 there, does the big man for University. So Jubb will push it into 50 for the first time, really, for Hutchins.
He's looking for a strong lead in the forward 50, Tubes.
Yeah, you'd look for Williamson here. The captain, the coach.
Goes to him, short.
Yeah, Corbett read the play well because it was touched. It's come off hands, though. And coming in here for the goal is the Hutchins player. I'm not sure who that is, unfortunately. I think
That's
it is
Bastick, Tubes.
Yeah, Jackie Bastick. And they kick there first, so they stay in touch here. It is Hutchins 1-6 to University 2-1-13. And the goal kicker there, Jack Bastick. It was pretty good.
Yeah, look, Tubes, it was. To get their first score on the board, they really needed to kick it forward. They rushed it. It wasn't great, bit scrappy, but it gets the result we were looking for their first goal of the game.
So they put Gavalis into the middle there, the big-bodied midfielder. A lot of Patrick Cripps about him, the big number 9 there for Hutchins. I've got a little bit of interesting information on some of these players out there that we might go through at quarter time as the ball comes down for University, and sliding in there nicely was the University player in Kink.
Kink read the flight of the ball beautifully, Tubes. He sat back, didn't rush, and it fell on his chest, and he's 35 out straight in front. And again, shouldn't be too much of a problem. Is a great kick of the football. Should go back and make it 3 goals for a University.
Big Renee Kink. Oh, that's yuck. That is.
I'll take that comment back, Tubes. Normally a great kick of the football. Seemed to just stab at that one. Didn't really kick through it.
Yeah, it was shocking off the boot, wasn't it? So, Franks getting himself some dream team points, just kicking it to himself. And then kicking long, out wide, trying to find his teammate down there in Bastick, the goal kicker from before, but it comes out the back to Corbett, who's got time to just burrow one through to Trent from Punchy, and it will go out of bounds. And another boundary throw in on the far wing. That dead wing, Hawkey, where a lot of the play tends to go.
It certainly does, Tubes. You can get lost out there. They're not huge wings at Queenborough Oval, but certainly that wing over on the far side does get lost for the ball, and it's hard to get it back into the centre forward.
Yeah, once you get deep into that wing, it's pretty dangerous. As Hutchins with the string of handballs do very well. Time now, but that's a dangerous kick across the face. Going back there is Franks. He's doing very well. He crosses the ball out. This is dangerous again, but he finds Wilson. It's picked up nicely there by Albury, who's bent one back and kicked an absolute ripper
Dangerous kick, Tubes, by the Hutchins player there to kick across goal to a 50-50 one-on-one. Certainly University read the ball better, kicked it to Albury, and Albury slides it through for University. 3 goals, 2 plays Hutchins, 1 goal zip.
Yeah, well, you can do that, I guess, in the early piece. You don't want the footballers to be really clinical and just kick up the line. You've got to take risks like that early in the piece, you know, when the game's not on the edge.
Still in
you
the
can
balance.
do that sort of stuff. Yeah, it's still got plenty of time to come back. So, not bad. Don't mind that. Just unfortunately, it didn't work for them this time. Back in the middle. Umpire's doing a great job bouncing. Play on was the call. Douglas doing well. Spinning out of trouble there was Bastick. Comes out to Fogarty, who just sends a worm burner into the Collis direction. Collis shrugs one off and then gets onto his right shoe. Down towards his forward line. But it's picked up nicely there by Kevin Jubb, who just kicks out wide.
To Tommy Allright.
Yeah, who spent some time on an AFL list, I believe.
I think he did, Tubes, you're right. Shows with his kick up the wing. Beautiful kick. Hits the man on the mark in Brett Garth, I believe, Tubes.
Yep, big Garthy. Chipping in the middle. Middleton tried hard. Rolling over the back here. University with the string of handballs. Gets it out through Stevens. Around the corner. Bouncing ball in the Fogarty direction. And we'll see a ball in.
You can see out the back there, Tubes, behind the University bench, Stephen Waite, premiership coach from 2005, I believe.
And 2015, the University sides, both the seniors and reserves, won premierships last year. So the reigning premiers here doing a good job. The reserves lost by 5 points, I believe, in that first game as the kick came in for Uni, but it is repelled by Hutchins. Straight up the wing again.
All University through the centre of the ground there, Tubes. So quick handballs, looking out wide, puts it down, out the back, handball off. Wants a goal, looks for it, knows where it is.
Brilliant stuff. Brilliantly called there too, Hawkey. That's Aubrey. He's kicked his second. That's Mark Aubrey. So well done to him. He's got 2 goals already in this game, and University looked to run away with it early.
Just knew where the goals were, Tubes. Had his back towards it, knew it, turned off the side of the boot, straight through for the 4th goal. 4-2.
26.
Thank you. 1 goal 6.
20 points of difference here. And we got Ben Duffy on the camera, who's doing a great job, aren't you there, Ben? He's very, very quiet. He's a quiet man, Ben Duffy. So we'll keep you updated. Unfortunately, we can't do any replays or the scores at the minute. We've just had a little technical difficulty, but we will get that fixed up for you as soon as possible. Gilligan now pushes the ball out straight away down towards Chivers and Albury, and right at the bottom of the pack is Collis, who just threads one through. That is too easy. That is a 15-second goal there, Hawk.
It's all University in the first quarter, Tubes. They've come out here wanting to win the game, and they're not wasting any time getting their goals on the board. It's certainly a day. University and Hutchins have had a great rivalry throughout the term and throughout the years, and University have come today wanting to win and showing it with scores on the board.
There's only 2 blocks between these 2 football clubs. Obviously, University just over behind the hedges here, but as you say, a great rivalry, and Hutchins always bring it hard when they play University, and likewise vice versa. But Mitch Williamson has a bit to do here for his Chargers. He needs to activate. He was talking to Aaron Cornelius earlier in the piece, talking about how hard it is to be a playing coach. And he's not used to it yet, so as it comes out through the ball, he drives it forward only as far as that man there in Bean, who drives it long towards Howard. But Jubb gets a hold of it, manages to get his handball away. Running hard down there is Jackson Grubb, gets his handball away. Cop one high as well, but Hutchins towards Middleton. Middleton just left the ball behind, gets a big hard tackle. That's nice work there by Hutchins as they kick out wide, but it's only gone 4 metres forward. Middleton again trying hard, and that's holding the ball.
Can't get through a brick wall, Tubes. It doesn't matter how big you are. Good with his body, but just got wrapped out. They got him around the waist and was holding the ball.
Jack McDonald out to Stevens, pushing the ball wide, finding Denby. Just a little worm burner down towards Collis, who's so good at below his feet, kicking long. That's a beautiful, beautiful work over the back, but he's missed it.
Unfortunately, just didn't kick it straight enough in that situation.
No. So hello to all those folks out there watching on the live stream through Duff TV. What an amazing event it is to be able to watch local footy in the comfort of your own home on your smart TV or on your computer or whatever you want. Give us a shout out if you're out there at Tubes_Taylor. We'll give you one shout out back if you like, as Grub goes around the corner, just kicks a little high one, and it's gone out of bounds, and we'll see another boundary throw in.
15 minutes gone in the quarter, Tubes, and certainly it is all university in the first quarter here at Queenborough Oval, and the seniors at the 50-metre line on the university attack. Let's see if they can't do something special here.
Yep.
Beautiful handball out, looks open, wide, turns, knows exactly where to go, does Denby, I think.
Still stays in though, and he's copped him high. It'll be a free kick to university, I believe. Albury, could he kick 3 in a quarter?
It'd be a
fantastic. Not a bad result.
It'd be a great effort, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, he's been given 50.
And 50 for mouthing, I think. So lock it in. Mark Albury is going to kick 3 goals in a quarter. Well, the Hutchins boys' heads have been dropped.
You'd want to get in his ear, Tubes. It was an uncertain goal from the wing. It was a tough angle. Would have had to turn it round, but unfortunately, when you're kicking from the goal square, you never miss.
Yep. So I'm not sure who that was against. Probably Wilson. Some interesting haircuts out there as we look at the boys. And we've got the replay up and running. Good work, Duff. Now we got nothing. There we go, we're back. That's why Martin Duffy's the best in the business. He's doing a great job down there. Technical difficulties early, but now he is back. What a man. So 6-3, 37 plays. That's wrong, isn't it? 6-3, 39. To 1 goal straight 6. So the boys have got a bit of work to do as far as the lines go.
Oh, breaks a line straight through.
Yeah, beautiful work by Denby. He kicks it down towards his forward line charges. Numbers here with Hutchins. Caught with
Has
the
to get it out.
Wilson.
And holding the ball, Tubes.
Yeah.
Fantastic tackle. Didn't let him get a chance to get it out. He gave it all the opportunity, and he'll go back, does kink, and have a shot at goal.
Yeah, big kinky.
Tough angle out there, Tubes.
Yeah.
Probably on the 45, maybe a little bit tighter even.
We talked about this pocket earlier in the piece, and he's really this is quite a tough angle and tough pocket to kick it from. You'd probably find it easy. As
he's come right to left though, hasn't he, Tubes?
Oh, no.
Ooh, not quite.
That's good effort though.
Have kicked a few from that corner myself, that pocket myself, Tubes, over the years.
Arrogance. Lewis Noy has it as he goes out wide. Gone out of bounds, and we'll see a boundary throwing. Massive day of footy here today, Hawk.
Look, it sounds like it's been a great day, Tubes, and fantastic to see the Hobart Demons get their first win for the 2017 season.
Yep, I'm a Northwest Coast boy, so I do have a soft spot for the Dockers, but yeah, it was a good match. Bit of seesaw affair there late in the piece, sorry. As we see another boundary throw, a ball up right on the forward flank for the Rainbows. Big fly, Ruck punches away.
All university behind the ball in Gilligan. Gilligan handballs back to Hamilton. Hamilton throws it on the boot.
Arnold's got it now.
2 leads come out, goes back, looks to the goal square though, Tubes. Oh, and it's a smother off the kick.
Yeah. Need to give yourself some room there. Tom Arnold has it back, gets it off to Denby. And a kick away by the Hutchins players doing well. Middleton gets a hold of that man there in Bean. And a throw, so a free kick going to Middleton.
Mitch Williamson's got to get himself in the game here, Tubes. He's sitting at full forward, hasn't seen a lot of the footy yet. Unfortunately, the boys can't get into their forward 50. I think they've gone through 3 times into the forward 50 so far this game, and just not enough to get scores on the board.
Yep. So the number 43 out there with the dreadlocks, that's Jack Thomas. He's come down from Penguin, so he's first year at the Hutchins Football Club, all the way from Penguin. Hutchins get it again. Driven into the middle, scrappy ball. Comes out the back to the Rainbows. Nice work there by Bean. He gets his kick away in the Howard direction. Howard gets tackled and it'll be a ball in.
What I'm seeing here, Tubes, is the University setting up a line of defence, a kick back behind the play. Certainly as the Hutchins players get the quick kick out, they're rushing it, they're nervous, they're 5 goals down, they're throwing on the boot, but it's all University when it goes into their defence.
Yep. Kicked forward there by University, probably kicking in danger, so it'll go the way of Thomas. He plays on quickly to Franks.
Here's Williamson. What can he do?
No, this is Barron.
He's kicking to him though, Tubes. There he is. 1-on-1. Just couldn't do it.
Fogarty just got in his way. And he clears for Uni. Out towards Grubb.
What a beautiful kick out to the wing.
Yeah.
Chips over.
Good punch away there by Wilson. Had to follow up the footy and he did so. Here he comes. He's got space. Has a bounce. Has Wilson inside. I beg your pardon. It's not Wilson at all. It's right.
Williamson wants it though, just can't get it on the boot. Playing around with it.
Yeah, they just need to kick it here. Wright does well.
Put it on the boot now.
All right. Kicks up high. And Williamson will be upset with that because he had so much space at the top of the square.
That's where he points, Tubes. He says, put it in front of me, I'll take him 1-on-1.
Yeah, well, he's a big-bodied man. Big Mitchell Williamson.
117 plays 6-4-40 now, Tubes.
Clever kick.
Precision.
Finds Grubb. Handball's back. Again, deft touch.
Ooh.
Going back was Douglas. Got the punch away, though, did the Hutchins players. Douglas gets it again, though. Pops it on the boot, down towards Howard. Howard has Jubb to beat. Pushes in Fogarty with pace and poise. That's a beautiful kick. And a nice mark down there to Shivers, who will go back and have another shot on goal.
Shivers just, sorry, Tubes.
No, you're right, from about 40 metres, 20 metres out.
Just read the flight of the ball beautifully, Tubes. He had 2-on-1, waited for it, didn't jump, and it just fell in his lap, and he'll go back and have a shot for goal.
Absolutely. Shivers, big Sambo. Premiership player from last year, misses to the far side. And Uni's lead extends out to 34 points.
22 minutes on the clock, Tubes.
I can't say there's any wind out here today, Hawk. I can't say that the Uni boys are kicking to the right side, but here comes Wright.
Certainly that is the goal scoring end down the bottom end though, Tubes. It's always the easiest spot to kick a goal.
Kicking downhill, you reckon, Hawkie?
Slight downhill lean.
And a nice mark taken by Jubb. Sorry, Franks it was.
And Barron keeps it in, has to get the handball out now. Oh, 2 of them drive him into the ground. That's what we like to see. Body on body, throws him down on the ground.
Yeah, beautiful work there by Michael Palmer. And his teammate in Chris Demby. All up here, Fogarty's in the ruck. Flicks it down, Wilson has it.
Looks for Burberry up the wing, Tubes. Jumps at it, takes an easy mark as Burberry on the wing and looks up. Has to put it in quickly here, Tubes. University are flooding, taking way too much time. Looks up for Williamson. Williamson 1-on-1, thinks he's held and was. And he'll get a free kick, kicking from 45 from a slight angle at his first shot for goal for the game today. What do you think his chances are, Tubes?
Well, Clarence superstar. He's over here for his first year in coaching. And, you know, he's a full forward. So these are gimmies, aren't they?
Well, they certainly are, Tubes, but it's his first kick for the game.
Yeah, he hasn't had a lot of opportunity.
If nothing else, he looks good. Looks like a footballer.
That's true. He does.
Goes back.
Little skip.
It's come off good off the boot, Tubes. Right to left. It's got the distance, but it's just gone to the far side for a minor. 1 goal to 8. Plays 6 goals for 41.
Dangerous kick. McDonald does well to just get it across the boundary. We've got a boundary thrown right on the forward 50 for Hutchins. Umpire Hollywood has called, it's not about you, Umpire Hollywood. He's just calling the boys who are running the water to step back from the boundary, please. Well, holding up the game for stuff like that. 24 minutes gone in this first term. Big punch down by Fogarty. Right, gets it on the boot. The ball does well. A little deft touch, but the uni will clear. Here come the Rainbows down towards Albury. Albury just gets to the right position. Jubb does well. Just so fit is Jubb.
Uses his body well, but it goes out of bounds on the wing for a boundary throw-in.
Yep, right in front of the race here. And we'll see the man from the Monkey Magic TV show throw the ball in. Big punch. Right, so good with ball in hand. Clever in the way of Franks. Douglas picks it up.
Gets the handball out though, Tubes.
Kick off does Palmer in towards Jubb. Jubb mops up for the Lions and they will clear through that man in Sayers. Sayers out wide into the path of Louis Noy, who kicks down the line and it's gone out of bounds, just touched over the line. So, I think Hutchins would like to just hear the siren go now. Seems like Uni have come out pretty hard, Hawkey.
They certainly have, Tubes, but they might have one last chance to kick a goal here, certainly in their forward 50. They would like to get another major on the board before we hear the quarter-time siren. Unfortunately, with the ferocity of the University Rainbows in their defence, I just don't see it happening.
Rightio. Big punch down by Fogarty. Gilligan's there. Mopping up the ball there is Gravelas.
Beautiful handball.
Yeah, beautiful stuff by Gilligan. Jubb does his best. Jubb and Grub, and it's a free kick going to Jubb as Grub dropped the ball. Handball's off.
University playing a loose man in defence there, Tubes. There he is. Big punch from behind.
Coming hard at the footy. That was great work by Kelleher. Handball's back. Hoising around the corner. Arnold does well to make a contest. A smaller man has Douglas in board. Arnold out wide. Does well. Just needs to gather the footy. Handball's back. That's brilliant work there to Palmer. Palmer in the middle finds Gilligan.
Good fend off, Tubes.
Yeah, that's a dangerous kick out to Stevens, who must fly. Brilliant work there by the big man in Rafferty O'Brien. Stevens dodges one and then happy to see it out.
Just don't think he needed a kick across the ground there, Tubes. He had plenty of leads out of the forward 50. Just don't think he needed to play a 50-50 kick when they had all of University in the forward 50.
No, probably didn't need to go across goal, did he? Kick into the forward line would have been just as good. As a push in the back's been called out by umpire Hollywood. It'll go the way of the University Rainbows. It'll be Grubb to take the kick. Grubb plays on, runs himself into trouble. That's a great tackle there by Lewis Noy. And he will play on very quickly. He's a great user of the footy as he goes down towards that man in Barron, who takes the mark. Oh, no. Takes the mark over the line. So free kick to the Rainbows. Good mark taken down there by that man there.
Number 20.
Yep, no idea. Into the middle, finds Gilligan.
Albury wants it. Albury wants it. He looks up, sees him, kicks to him. Just doesn't get there in time, does Albury, and cut off by Jubby.
Yeah, he did really well there, Kevin Jubb. Not many Kevins getting around these days, is there?
No, not a common name, but here we go. University and Shivers picks it up, doesn't quite get there, tackles him, second effort, beautiful.
Comes out wide though. Wilson.
Quick chip over.
Out. Yep, finds Wright.
Oh, he's got him around the neck. You'd have to call that high, wouldn't you, Tubes?
Wright knew it too. He just went back off the mark. Beautiful kick into Tom Allwright. Allwright does the right thing by Williamson. Pops it in his area. Great work by Collis to get back and give support. Punch into nothing from the Hutchins player. Noy tried hard. Comes out now to Tom Arnold, who kicked long.
Howard.
Down towards Howard. Howard can't get a real clean run at it, but I think Jubb's had the better of him so far this game. And Franks just so smooth out to his teammate there in Tom Allwright. Allwright, just a little dicky kick out wide to Wilson. The Bull sniffing around, seeing red.
Rat Ray
O'Brien.
Put it in there. Williamson wants it. Wants a big kick. Doesn't get there in time, no, Tubes, as we hear the quarter-time siren.
Well, the siren beats him, and that went for 30 minutes almost, Hawkey. It is the University Rainbows leading 6-5-41 to the Hutchins Lions 1-8. What are you going to do if you're the Hutchins coach, Mitch Williamson?
Well, Chips, I think it's an old saying, but you've got to go back to basics. The kicks haven't been great, a little bit lax through the centre, and certainly University playing a loose man in defence. Have they been able to cut off any kicks into Williamson in the first quarter? They are playing that kick behind the play, Chips. So as Hutchins are getting that quick kick out of a ball up on the wing or a ball throwing off the wing, University have all the numbers around the play.
Yep. All right, we'll go quickly through the goal kickers, then have a little break here from the Duff TV stream. We got one goal kicker for Jack Bastick, the Hutchins boys, and for University it is Mark Aubrey with 3, Jared Collis with 2, and Josh Fogarty with 1. We're going to have a quick break here on the Duff TV live stream. Hutchins versus University live from Queenborough Oval. We'll be right back in just a few moments. Second quarter here from Hutchins versus University. Old Scholars seniors match. It is University well and truly in control. It is the second quarter from Queenborough Oval, streaming across the world on Duff TV. Hawkeye, how did you see that first quarter?
Well, Tubes, it was certainly all University in the first quarter, and Hutchins have got to come out here strong in the second quarter and see if they can claw back some of those 5-goal deficit that's currently sitting on the scoreboard. I don't know how they're going to do it though, Tubes.
No, it's going to be a bit of an uphill battle for the boys from Hutchins Old Boys as Gilligan comes up with a footy, and we'll see a ball up here in the middle again. Big punch forward by the big ruckman in Johnson. Douglas tries hard, it comes out now. That's beautiful work by Gramalis. He goes around the corner, but it's chopped off nicely there by Fogarty. Fogarty plays on. Big long kick, but it's gone out of bounds on the full. That was ranked.
Certainly was, Tubes, and it's going to be an uphill battle as they kick downhill to the bottom end of Queenborough Oval to Hutchins.
Uphill battle kicking downhill, that's interesting. So Franks moves the ball in, finds all right. Joe Cocker feeling all right, get it? No, okay, fair enough. Yeah, great tune. As it comes forward again, almost the mark taken there by Hutchins. Getting the footy into their hands is the hardest thing for these boys as Corbett grabs a hold of it, and we'll see a ball up again. Pretty scrappy stuff here, Hawk. You've played a bit of footy here at Queenborough Oval, obviously in your uni days. How do you find playing on this ground?
Look, it is a small ground, Tubes, although the wings are quite wide. It's certainly about getting the ball, looking up, finding your player and hitting a target. The skills have got to be good at Queenborough Oval. Scrappy football, in and under, getting it on the boot and kicking it forward is paramount to a successful campaign at Queenborough Oval, Tubes. It's certainly what University did well in the first quarter. Hutchins is certainly going to try and do it in the second quarter to claw back that 5-goal deficit, but it is all University early in the second term.
Yep, as the ball goes forward again, right on the half-forward line, we'll see another boundary throw-in. It's great to have you on board, Hawkeye. I know you're a busy man in your day-to-day life, got a couple of kids and a wife to keep happy, but you're donating your time here for this great call with Duff TV, so thanks for coming, mate. I haven't said that yet.
No, thanks, Tubes. Great to be here. Nice to be back in the microphone.
Yeah, it's good to have you back. You were one of Duff TV's favourite callers from last year, so it's great to have you back when we can get you. As the tackle comes in, and umpire Hollywood will ball it up. Tommy Arnold on the bottom of the pack with Wilson as well for Hutchins. So ball up right in the forward 50 for Uni. Big punch forward. It comes out to the player there from Hutchins who just drove it forward. I think that was Franks. Big punch by Stevens again. Another boundary throw and will ensue. Spending a fair bit of time over on that side of the ground there, Chalky.
Yeah, certainly, Tubes. As we said in the first term, you do get lost over there. It's certainly about clearing it out, bringing it back in board in the centre square, and then looking for a lead up forward. You might note, though, Tubes, that Hutchins have no one in their forward 50 at the moment. It's an open forward 50. Pagan's Paddock, I believe, but no one leading out from the forward goal square, unfortunately.
That's new footy these days, I think, Hawkeye. You know, they don't have people running back into... You know, they like to have people running back into that forward 50 as the ball comes out. That's beautiful work there by Palmer, who has so much time to just sit it down onto Collis' head. Collis runs forward to the ball. It's picked up by Shivers. He does well to get his... Yeah, well, I thought he got a handball away, but that's a great tackle by Jubb. Jubb missed the mark. Nice pick up there by Bastic. So dive on the footy. It's scrappy stuff here. As we see, I think that's Neil Noy over there in the fawn coat, just tapping the clipboard. Very upset. Could it be Neil Noy? I'm not sure. Maybe I'm doing Neil Noy a disservice there by calling him that fella. Picked up there by All Right, swung around the corner. Big punch from behind for University. Comes out nicely now. Picked up there by Bastic, who just basically threw it backwards, so the free kick will go to Jack McDonald. McDonald finds Douglas, who juggled it. Douglas quickly tried to find Collis, who's so quick, got his kick away in towards Howard. Howard went up for the fly, spun out of trouble. Nice little shove out towards Arnold, who goes bang and kicks a goal.
How good was he, Howard, Tubes? Just broke tackles, looked for that quick handball through, got it to him, and that started off the first goal of the second term, Tubes.
We'll see it here in the replay, just to keep his feet there, Hawkey, and then just to shovel it out to Arnold. Beautiful work there, and drills the goal. Nice work by that young man, and Tom Arnold to finish. Let's not underestimate how hard that is out there.
Well, he knew how to blokes on his tail, Tubes, threw it on the boot, looked up. Beautiful kick off the boot, actually, straight through for the first major of the second term. 7 goals, 5 plays, 1 goal, 2.
Comes over the top to Simon Whitney, who can't quite get a hold of it, but he follows up, and we'll see a ball in again. Push and shove out there, a little bit of argy-bargy stuff from the boys.
Tubes, as I was wandering around at quarter time, I saw some of the University legendary players of old. Greg Harris, thrasher, wandering around. He's down from the Adelaide Hills today, wandering around the ground. If Thrash is listening in on Duff today, g'day Thrash, how are you, mate?
Yeah, get him up here. We wouldn't mind a little bit of input from Greg Harris, one of the great dross talkers of all time.
There he is down there with his young fella Teddy, taking after him as a mad Carlton supporter.
Good man. Good man. Gilligan, quickly. Over the top, drop what he should have taken there, the number 20. I'm not sure who that is. We'll find out for you shortly, I'm sure. Kicked in by Jubb. Smart to All Right. Throws it on the boot. That's a great kick to Williamson, who's in the right spot. Cop one in the jaw, though. Great attack on the footy from Wilson and Co. Right, Grubb picked up there. They're doing all right here. Grubb has it again. He's wrapped up in the Gravelis tackle. But it will be a ball up right at centre-half forward.
Hutchins need to make something of these balls up, Tubes. They've been in the forward 50 a lot of this second quarter. Unfortunately, just haven't been able to complete a major yet.
So they stay in touch, I would say, Hawkey. 33 points of difference.
Tubes, it's probably been about 24 minutes since their first goal to get their second major on the board. Unfortunately, that's not going to cut the mustard. We really need to see Hutchins take advantage of the downward slide of this Queenborough Oval in the second quarter.
The slope.
The slope, and they need to get well within range at half-time.
Fogarty in the ruck, taps it down. Gilligan throws it on his boot. Coming in to get the ball was Howard, who spun into trouble there was Dunbabin. Comes out to Franks. Franks flicking it over the top. Now Fogarty. Fogarty has so much time. He gets wrapped up in a tackle. Sayers so quick. But, wow, Collis, bang, goal. Jared Collis kicks another one for University. That was just too easy. A lot of tackles just weren't sticking there. Collis is such a great user of the ball, but we'll go back and have a look at it. Fogarty just with so much time.
Look at him, he had 4 people try and tackle him, Tubes.
Yep.
But did Fogarty manage to get through, break tackles and handball off?
So back in the middle, 13 minutes gone in this term. We've got a blood rule here. Gilligan will have to be taken off with the blood rule. Blood streaming out of his ears, no doubt. So they'll swap him over. Tom Arnold will come on and he'll send Michael Palmer into the middle for him, as the captain can do. Big bounce. Ruck contest, one down by Johnson. Bit of a throw there, so it'll be a free kick going to Tom Allwright. We can probably kick it from here.
It'd be a big roost, Tubes. It'd be 55 metres, maybe even 60 to get it through the goal square. He looks up, kicks it in, looks for a lead from Williamson on the pocket. Doesn't quite get there, and it's cut off by University. Number Fogarty, I believe.
Yeah, it is Fogarty.
Goes back, looks up, looking for an easy kick, kicks it to the wing, looking for Douglas. Douglas takes the mark. Beautiful handballs off to the wing, looks up, has a little man out wide, runs onto it. I think that will go out of bounds for a throw-in, Tubes. Unfortunately, doesn't quite make it to Corbett.
No. So, boundary throw-in right here on centre wing.
He's being a bitch. That's what you get.
We'll have that one back. No. Free kick University.
Shepherd, yeah. So, we'll go to Fogarty. Fogarty doesn't go back over the mark. I don't know why the umpire's not pulling that up. As the ball comes down towards Shivers, Collis is down there. Collis has over the top if he wants him. He doesn't. Coming through hard at the footy, there's Tilbury. And it comes down to Kink, yeah, the big Kink, eh?
Through from behind.
So Tom Allwright, he obviously was on the list at the Geelong Cats for Hutchins. Chipping in nicely on DeBoa. Back to Franks, who just gets wrapped up in a nice tackle there from Jack McDonald.
Play advantage. Does.
Called advantage well. Umpire Hollywood doing a great job. Palmer over the top.
Another handball.
Albury.
Doesn't need to.
One. Brilliant. Albury's kick for.
That was fantastic by University there. Hutchins tried to break lines, tried to take on two, wasn't quite quick enough. He's not Usain Bolt tubes and got wrapped up for holding the ball.
No, and I don't know whether this is really advantage, but, you know, fair enough. Umpire's closer than me.
Results the same though, Tubes. University get their 9th goal.
Yeah.
Certainly this second term started as a 50-50 tussle, but you'd think that University have got the chocolates at the moment in the second term.
Oh, absolutely. They've certainly put the pressure on the scoreboard, University. It's 2-2-14 to 9-6-60. Play on was the call. Middleton in the middle. I beg your pardon, it wasn't Middleton at all, it was Gravelis. So Tom Arnold will take the free kick. Just a little burner straight down towards Shivers, but he missed it. So it goes to Wilson, who misses his mark with a handball. Collis does very well to get it off to Palmer. Palmer in the middle. That's a thread. Oh, goodness.
It's the paintwork, Tubes.
Yeah, a little bit of paintwork action there, Chalk. So that'll be Franks to bring it in.
Had Kink in the middle if he'd looked up for a little chip. Would have made it a lot easier than an angle, but unfortunately goes back and has a shot.
Franks with a super boot out wide. Palmer didn't have it. Yeah, Allwright gets his handball out wide to his teammate who chips it in nicely and finds the pit bull. Hasn't had a lot of it. He had a heap of it in that first term, didn't he? And hasn't had heaps of it. That is, of course, our man out there. Alrighty. Douglas. Dicky kick. Has his man McDonald, who goes back to the man who came in off the bench. That was, of course, McCallum Ring.
Oh, beautiful mark.
Screaming at Collis. Well.
And doesn't he love it? Look at him.
He puffed the chest out there beautifully. Going,
looks like a peacock.
How's it going? My name's Collis and I've got a big old chest. We'll see this again in the replay. McDonald did really well. And then, look at that.
Jumps over the top of two, doesn't he, Tubes?
Yeah. Came from too deep. Boom. Screamer.
Watch him pop up here like a peacock.
Oh, that's a great kick.
Doesn't use it well. Out of bounds for a throw-in.
Well, that's a better result for University, I think. Because had it gone out of bounds on the full, it would have been a Hutchins ball. Falling. Shivers in the ruck. Arnold, very quick.
Oh, he doesn't.
Wow. That is Tom Arnold's second goal, folks, and it is an absolute beauty. The captain leading by example there, boys, and he does a great job, Hawk. Have a look at this.
Well, he just read the ball beautifully, Tubes. It came in. Let's have a look at the replay. Hanging out the back of the pack. There it is. Finds it, looks up, gets tackled, throws it on the boot. 3 for...
Yep, he's second. And I'm going to call someone out here. Jack Bastick just needs to ride his opponent a little bit harder there. And Tom Arnold just pushed him, shoved him out of the way and said, I'll have this goal. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Gobbled it right up. Ball up. One down. McDonald with pace through the middle. Throws it on the boot. That's big, long towards
out the
Howard.
back, Tubes.
Oh, Collis. So quick.
Oh,
Brilliant.
beautiful.
Well, how many times have they done that today? Just kicked one goal and then turned it into 2.
14 seconds there, Tubes, to kick that goal. Collis read the flight of the ball beautifully, ran round, didn't even stop, took it on the mark, didn't even break stride.
Look at these little fellas running water out here. It's unbelievable. The tiniest, smallest little people running water.
Have a look at this, Tubes. Collis, look at him, reads the ball beautiful, doesn't take his eyes off it, plays on, looks up, goal.
Yeah.
Look at him go.
Look at them go. The little fellas, little whippets out there running water. Unbelievable stuff. Yeah, we've given Greg Harris a shout out already, Stewie. So don't worry, he gets enough pump ups as it is.
The fossil of university, number 33, Greg Harris.
Comes out to Green, who kicked forward, and a free kick downfield. So it'll go the way of Garth, who throws it on the boot into the Williamson pathway, but chopping it off nicely is Hoising. And Husing, whatever you want to call him, does well, runs the ball out wide. Little chip kick, that's good. Rainbow's now with it.
Wants a lead, Tubes, looks up, just kicks it up the wing, and hits
Gilligan.
our man Gilligan.
The man from the island. Clever stuff, Shivers chipping in nicely. Switches the play, that's a great kick.
Should handball out, doesn't. Kicks it up
need
beautifully.
to, yep. Well done there to Jack Hamilton. And a strong grab down there to Fogarty. Wow.
Is he going to turn and look in? He's got a lead. Backs himself though, 45 out. Fairly straight angle.
Just have a look at this mark.
Oh.
Wow.
Doesn't look like a huge man, but just saw it does Fogarty and comes through and grabs on it. What do you give him his chances here, Tubes, out of 50?
He is, yeah, 50. He's a 50. He's 100%. He's missed it. So it'll be Franks to bring it in again.
Just seems to be all university here in the second term again, Tubes. Hutchins just can't seem to get a run of the football, unfortunately.
Franks driving it long. Little push out from the big ruckman in Johnson. Comes over the back nicely for the Hutchins player in green, but it'll be a boundary throw in right in front of the Hutchins bench there, Hawkey. Got a few little dust-ups in your time at university with Hutchins, did you, Hawkey, or were you always one to avoid the fisticuff?
Certainly not a fisticuff player myself, Tubes. Didn't have the body build for him.
No, you are a peon. So as the ball comes back, here comes Wright.
Beautiful mark, looks up.
Hasn't really got much.
Goes to a 50-50 over the back, but should take an easy mark.
Yeah, good strong grab there from Barron.
Barron kicks to Williamson. Williamson tries to use the body, turns onto it. Can he pick it up cleanly? No, he doesn't. Throws it on the boot. Unfortunately, through for a behind.
Really low percentage play there, Hawk, isn't it?
Mate, he's not bend it like Beckham. Pick it up and have a kick at it.
Oh, there's some advice for you, Mitch Williamson from Matt Hawkins. Gilligan.
Taking his time, plays on. Kicks it out wide, looking for
Gravelis. Yeah, well, he's looking for McCallum Ring, but Gravelis just chipped in.
Throws it back in. Williamson there again. Takes a beautiful mark. Was it a push in the back though, Tubes?
Well,
I'm not sure it was.
I honestly don't think it was. Anyway, back now. Corbett. One of the best kicks in the game. Out towards Shivers.
Made him wait for it.
Yeah. Did well, the big fella.
One of the best beards in the business over there, Tubes.
Yep. Righty's out there too. Look at him, he's looking like a fit ball at the minute. Boundary thrown right on half forward. Pretty scrappy stuff, all right, does well. Great tackle from McDonald. Rolls it out the back to Fitball.
Oh, incorrect disposal, Tubes, holding the ball.
He's hot on that, isn't he? As Grubb will take the free kick. As we got a good shot of the scoreboard there. It's 11-8-74 for those folks playing at home.
Keeps it in. Shivers would be disappointed with himself there. Should have taken an easy mark. University would have had another kick up into their forward 50, unfortunately. Doesn't quite get there. Here's the holding the ball, Tubes. I think he dropped it out of the... No, tried to kick it and just missed the boot, unfortunately.
Yeah, I guess it's there. Yep, fair enough. Great decision, umpire. As the football goes in again. Gilligan. Not sure what's happening here. Oh, it's a bit of free kick going the way of University. So, moving the ball from half forward. I'd love to see Hutchins come back here as Howard takes the mark.
It's a 59-point deficit, Tubes. Unfortunately, it's going to be a very challenging comeback in the second half for Hutchins. They're going to have to come out looking like a whole new team, unfortunately. I just don't know if they've got the cattle to do it.
Palmer with a long kick to half forward. Flying high was Fogarty. No one really on him. Albury's got a paddock to work into.
Put it in.
Jubb chipping in nicely. Just fitness there from Jubb. On that left foot. Finds all right. All right, swings around. It's all rainbows down here. Middleton tries to make a contest, but somehow marking it off was Brett Garth. He kicks a long one down towards Williamson and co. They're out here, Uni. Hoising. And Fogarty. So quick.
Got a lot of the ball today, Fogarty, Tubes.
Yeah, he's butchered it there, though. Jubb, who's also had a lot of it. Swings onto his left boot. Good little punch there, but here comes the fit ball. Look at him go. Williamson. Oh, great defensive work there by Hoising. So much pace here. Here comes the ball. Wright does well, but Whitney does well to chip in. Good little turnaround by Kelleher. Handball's over the top. Fitball gets tackled. And we will see a ball in. So, 26 and a bit minutes gone in this second term here, folks. It's University well and truly in control. Tap down. Driven forward again. Here comes Howard. Clever touch. Going in hard there was Gilligan again. He's just an old-fashioned scrapper. And we will see a ball up. All right, gets his kick away. No one really there for Hutchins, but manages to come off okay for them as they drive it forward. Barron, one of Donald Trump's sons. Does well from Penguin though, Hamish.
Oh, beautiful smother.
Little smother, yep. That was great there from, of course, our man Chris Denby.
Call to throw though, Tubes.
Oh, really? So it'll go the way of Wright, who looks like a pot bull at the minute. He looks a bit tired, the pot. Right. Kicks in the middle, finds Bastick. That is Alec Bastick, and chipping in nicely there is Douglas.
Williamson would not be happy with the delivery into the inside 50 today, Tubes. Just can't seem to get a run at it, being chopped off by University at every opportunity. Hasn't really had a chance to show how good he is in the forward 50 today, unfortunately.
Well, they know how important they are to his structures at uni. You know, Williamson is one of their better players, and if he hasn't got room, they don't come into the game, do they, players like that?
Yep, spot on, Tubes, and that's the halftime siren.
That is it, halftime. It is 11-8-74 to 2-3-15. Goal kickers for Hutchins, Williamson with one and Jack Bastick with one. For University, it is 4 to Mark Albury, 4 to Jared Collis, 2 to Tom Arnold and 1 to Josh Fogarty. How are we looking at for the next half of this game, Hawkeye? What do you do if you're Hutchins?
Well, look, I'd be interested to hear the halftime speech today by the Hutchins coach, Mitch Williamson. Certainly it's going to be a hard second half for Hutchins to come back, Tubes, with a 63-point deficit going into halftime, 10 goals down. I really don't know what they need to do, Tubes. They need to go back to basics, unfortunately, and just make sure they maintain possession of the football. You cannot kick goals if you don't have possession, Tubes, and certainly their delivery inside 50 has been poor to Williamson, and that needs to be addressed. Unfortunately, they're playing around with the footy too much. Handballs, chopping, changing, short chips. Just get it on the boot. Old school football. Get it in there before University flood back. University have also been playing a loose man in defence, chopping off the kick inside 50. They need to shut that down and make sure they put a man on him to push him out of the way.
Yep, absolutely. I think you've hit the nail on the head. As you see, Ben Beams, the coach for University, barking order at his boys. He wants them to go in for the kill here. He wants to see a 3-number deficit here for their percentage to be boosted. So very interesting scenes here at Queenborough Oval. We've had a massive day of footy here today. It is University versus Hutchins. It is University in charge by 59 points here at half-time. We'll have a quick break and come back to you with the second half of this match live on Duff TV, thanks to Knight Frank and Jackson Motor Company.
Not enough of a spray from the brown, I don't reckon, Paul.
Where's the yellow footies, Rod? Hey, where's the yellow footies? I'm not going to be upset.
Shocker, you can have it. Come both sides. They only can play this. We've got a big win. There's way potential here. Are you back to the
No good. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Third quarter here from Queenborough Oval between this match of two massive clubs in the Old Scholars, Hutchins and University. University with a 59-point lead.
With your sponsors, Tubes, JMC, Jackson Motor Company and Knight Frank.
I was going to say, streaming across the world here because of two great companies here in Tasmania, Knight Frank Real Estate and Jackson Motor Company. As the ball goes forward through Shivers, Arnold just protects the drop zone there beautifully. Nice work by McDonald to get his hands to the ball. Franks just dropped it like a hot potato. Umpire says play on. And we will see a ball up here in the forward 50 for University. What do they do here, Hutchins, Hawkeye?
Well, certainly, Tubes, they've got to get their hand on the ball. That's the first protocol. Once they get their hand on the ball, they've got to be confident in their kicks, accurate in their kicks, and certainly get in their forward 50 more than they have today. They've only scored 5 scoring shots in a half of football, Tubes, and that's not going to win you a game of football in Old Scholars in today's day and age.
Yeah, 50-metre penalty there going the way of Alex Sayers. So it'll be bringing him down forward. We're looking for Williamson, you would think. So the crowd starts to get a bit rowdy here. Sayers just driving it forward. That's a great kick. Ooh. Williamson should have taken that mark, but Douglas got in the way. Comes back to all right. He goes bang and drives it into that hot spot. Nice work by our man righty, and he just goes bang and kicks his first goal. So that's exactly the start that Hutchins wanted, Hawk.
Yeah, certainly, Tubes, at half-time. They would have wanted to come out here in the third quarter and kick the first goal, get the first score on the board, and that's what they've done in a major. Gets them up to 3 goals, 3-21, Tubes. Still a huge deficit. It's not going to be easy for them here, but that is what they've got to do if they're going to shorten that 59-point deficit that's sat at half-time, now at a 53-point deficit, if my maths is correct.
Incorrect. It is a 48-point deficit.
I believe 53, actually, Tubes.
Well, no, it can't be. We'll figure it out for you, ladies and gentlemen, here shortly. Ball up right in the middle there. All right, 21-74, 53 points of difference, as I said all along. Kick forward there by Douglas as the ball goes down. A nice pick up there by Thomas. He gets his handball away. It comes out now to Franks, who just throws it on the boot. Someone's down behind play for University. It's Tom Arnold, but here come Hutchins. They just chip it. This is better ball movement by the Lions.
Far better, looking up, looking for options. Look for Williamson long. Good lead. Does he get there? Doesn't quite get there, Tubes, unfortunately.
No. If he had kept his feet, he probably would have done all right. And the umpire says he handballed it off as Sayers comes through. Williamson now with a little bit of candy. Just sold it one way, then didn't have it. Umpires just put the whistle away for the time being as University through Palmer. Just clear the ball. Going back with the flight was McDonald, sorry. It comes down now to Tilbury, who goes bang and kicks a goal. This is much better by Hutchins, Hawkeye.
At half-time, Tubes, I thought we'd pack up the stuff and go home. Unfortunately, in the first 5 minutes, Hutchins have come out and kicked the first 2 scoring shots of the game. They have been both majors, Tubes, and it means we can hang around for the second half.
47 points the difference here at Queenborough Oval as Knight descends on Sandy Bay. Great little goal there to Brad Tilbury. It was his first. So 2 major scores to Hutchins as we're back in the middle.
What do you see as changing, Tubes? Have they come out as a new side? Is this a new Hutchins?
I just think it's just sometimes you need time to reset for this game. So they've done really well. They got blown out of the water by University, and sometimes when University, as we see Sayers catch his opponent Douglas high there, and he'll get the free kick. Reece Douglas. Sometimes you just need to reset, I guess, and other times when you're in front by so far, you can take the foot off the pedal. And I think that's probably what's happened here early in this third term. As the ball comes back, Howard trying hard, doing very well. Swings around, interesting kick, but it's smothered over the line for a boundary throw-in.
Look, it's a great call, Tubes. You don't want to be complacent as University. They worked extremely hard in the first half of this game to get a convincing lead, and certainly don't want to let that slide in the third quarter and let Hutchins back into it. Ben Beams would have said to them, make sure you keep the foot on the pedal. Let's throw them out of the game and let's drive a big lead in the third quarter. Unfortunately, that's not the way that University have come out here in the third term. It is all Hutchins in the first 5 minutes of the quarter.
Noi from centre wing, gets his kick smothered, needs to go back off the mark a bit because that's unforgivable, that sort of stuff. He gets it back again though, and then kicks it out of bounds on the full, and that is certainly unforgivable as well, Hawk.
Yes, certainly, Tubes. Just go back, push off your man, take your 10 steps back and kick it over the top of him. This kicking into the man on the mark, we've seen 4 or 5 of them today, Tubes. That would be definitely something as a coach I'd be talking to my players about.
Here they come again. McDonald now with Lions do look more dangerous in this term.
Great attacking pressure there from Hutchins, Tubes. Really wanted the football, made sure they got to the play, made sure they had mans behind the play and make sure they kept it in their forward 50, looking for an opportunity of the third goal.
Oh, Sayers with strength through the contest there. He holds it up. Williamson with Noi. It's almost out of bounds on the full, but it was touched.
Noi would have been practicing that shot at training, Tubes. Everyone loves kicking a goal from the pocket, sliding it round from the corner pocket and getting those goals. Unfortunately, it was smothered and out of bounds for a throw-in.
As we've seen the replay here from Sayers, that's desperate stuff. And desperate stuff again by the University Rainbows as that ball stays here at the hot spot for Hutchins. And umpire Hollywood runs in and says, that's mine, I'll have it, thanks, and balls it up. Love his high visibility sweatbands there on the wrists, Hawkey. What do you think of those?
Remind me of a gym in the 1980s, I believe. Look at him pulling
And
his
a
t-shirt.
free kick's been pulled out as Wright goes bang and kicks the goal, but umpire says, no, it'll have to be taken here because I've already blown time on and the camera's on me and I love it, so...
Who's got the kick there, Tubes?
Hutchins have a free kick for a hold off the ball. It'll go the way of, I think that's James Green down there. Yep, James Green will take the free kick directly in front. Now, these are generally give-me's.
You'd hope so, Tubes. Nothing's a give-me here at Queenborough Oval, but certainly today you'd put that down as another major, Tubes.
Yep, well done. So they hit back again, the Lions, and Coach Ben Beams, I know him quite well. He will be seething over there.
Well, seething, Tubes. They've given away 4 goals in the first 8 minutes of the third term. Certainly not the way they would have wanted to come out of after half-time. Have they gone to sleep in the rooms at half-time, Tubes? The music was pumping before the game. Maybe they needed a bit of a pump-up at half-time. Certainly not the way they've come out to play football in the third term. And certainly not the way Ben Beams coaches.
No, and you can see the bench coaches there just running messages out because Williamson working hard down forward for his charges in the Hutchins lines. So back in the middle, ball up, bit of a rough one. The umpire will bring it back. I notice it with interest there, Hawk, that umpire Hollywood has not taken any of the centre bounces.
Interesting. Soft.
Now, Collis gets his kick smothered. Handball out wide to all right. He bounces back and kicks it out to space. Leading the race back there is Hoising. Corbett. And he gets boofed off the ball nicely. And Green sees it out of bounds.
And into the Hutchins forward 50 again, Tubes.
Yep.
Certainly putting the forward pressure on here are Hutchins.
They really are. So boundary throw in here, as we saw a little bit of argy-bargy between Nikolai Hoising and Scott Williamson. Big boundary throw in. He stepped up Sayers, who got it backwards. He just left it behind. It's all University here. Had more time than he thought. Shivers comes out and meets the footy. He does well. Round onto that favoured left boot. That's a clever kick into the path of Trent from Punchy, who goes from behind and takes a good mark. Play on was the call, though. Wilson, right in the middle of the ground. Hoising does well and finds his way to the front and defends beautifully.
Not a great kick though, Tubes, 50-50, but does take the mark, does Fogarty out on the far wing.
Yeah, he's done really well there, Fogarty, as he comes back inboard, finds Collis. Collis is hot. Oh, little one behind the play, and I think we will see that downfield. I'm not sure if we've got the replay there.
Douglas Reeve kicks into the forward line, open man, takes a very easy mark in the forward pocket, Tubes, and University have their first shot on goal in the third term in the looks of Stevens.
Yeah,
bit
bit of a rough, I'm not sure if we can get that replay, Duff.
Here we are, replay's on.
Yep, just watch this on the replay here. Collis had it, and then Allright came and just hit him from behind. That is weak.
And Trent Stevens has a shot from the corner and pushes it across to the far side for a minor. First score for University in the third term.
I don't like seeing that. That was just a blatant
Let's
weak
have a
hit.
look at it.
This is it in slow-mo. Allright comes from a long way back, and then
Just wanted him, and well after the ball left with the coat hanger. They might have a look at that one, Tubes, I think.
they certainly will, as a mark's taken there by Hamish Barron.
Williamson looks for it. Not a great kick, though, but does get picked up in the looks of Burberry.
Burberry should have handballed off to Williamson as the ball's just rolling here. Tilbury has it. No, it's picked up by Hutchins. They get their handball away, and then the kick out wide nicely there by Kelleher, probably deliberate.
On the full.
Out of bounds on the full. So free kick taken here by Hamish Barron. Beg your pardon, it isn't him at all, as Fogarty just chips in. That is too easy for Fogarty. He will gobble those up every single day.
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
What do you think? Tom Allright in trouble? I don't like seeing those head-high hits once the footy's been gone.
Well, certainly not when you get the coat hanger up, Tubes. They're meant for the cupboard, not for the football field.
Yep. So the ball up, a ball in, sorry. Oh, Martin Duffy's called it here, folks. He said 6 weeks, so wow.
Show no mercy.
Big tackle there, and it's been called holding the ball too. Free kick going the way of Hutchins. It'll go to the big ruckman in Huey Johnson. Johnson handballs off quickly. Deft kick, but it comes off to McDonald. Beg your pardon, that isn't McDonald at all. It's Ben. Now Tommy Arnold.
Great
Good
kick.
mark to Howard too, coming at the ball hard. He's too far out to score.
He wants it, though.
He does. Interesting kick. Finds Palmer. Palmer takes his time. Sends it forward. Shivers at the back. That's a nice mark.
If he looks up, Tubes, he's got Hamilton on the far side. Doesn't look short instead.
Howard just hasn't had the greatest game today. He's had a bit of it though.
He's made an impact when impact has needed.
Yep. Ball in, and another one will see us through. So 13 and a half minutes gone in this third term, Hawkey. What is it, 42 points the difference here, 7 straight goals.
Still a massive challenge here for Hutchins, Tubes. It is 7 straight goals. Certainly they've started their way. They want to start it, but they can't let that drop off now in the third term. They need to make sure they pile on a couple more goals to give them an opportunity to get that get to the lead in the fourth term.
Gee, they look a lot better, don't they? As the ball comes out to right. Right, handballs off to Franks. Sorry, Hawk.
No, they're not rushing, Tubes. They're hitting targets just like that.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. Finds Barron. The big Barron.
Williamson on the wing, Tubes. He's got it all to himself.
Oh,
Takes an easy
goodness me.
chest mark. Does he put it in?
He needs to.
No, he'll go for goal himself, Tubes. Puts it on, wheels it round.
He should have sent that one in lower and quicker, because old mate Alec Bastick was streaming down towards that forward line. And a goal there would have put a bit of fear into the University Rainbows.
Certainly would have, Tubes.
Gilligan out towards Kink, who's a long way from home as well. Kink looking out here to Denby. I believe he is from the northwest coast, Smithton area. Denby to Grubb. Grubb here at half back. No real movement here from University, so he just kicks long up the line. Trying hard back there is Jack Thomas, and it goes out of bounds.
Tubes, you made a great comment there. There was no movement from University there. They were standing still, calling for the ball, and it's a different side University had into the first half. Certainly that first half, they were moving, calling, leading, front of the ball, getting the ball first, front and centre. It's just a different side out here right now, Tubes.
Yeah, it really is. Shivers with a great ruck tap over the back. Somehow he gets away with it, Tilbury. Kick, play on, touched.
Bastic makes chase, turns,
Yeah,
drops the
does
footy.
The boys here in front of us think it was stiff, but anyway, it is Tom Arnold here at centre wing. He swings round onto his right boot, touched off the boot, right has it. He's a good user of the ball and finds Jubb, but Gilligan has it now. Chipping in, and Corbett will get a free kick here. Not sure what happened there.
Wasn't his best effort.
Ooh, nice little input from Matt Hawkins here for you, folks. As Corbett goes out wide, finds Whitney. Whitney on the left.
A 9-9 on the left.
Yeah, a little chisel, but a strong grab taken down there by Hugh Johnson. Johnson looking out here for Franks. Tilbury trying hard, and it's gone out of bounds. And a little bit of argy-bargy down here on the boundary line. Sam Shivers.
He's come off second best, Tubes, I believe.
Yeah, he has, and he's given him a free kick too. We'll just see it again here. Shivers that. Well, that was fair. And then a push, and then
a little shove.
Yeah, you can't do that.
No, you cannot, but they've given him
And
50.
So Shivers a little undisciplined there. You cannot talk to umpire Hollywood. I know that from playing AFL 9s. I've chirped at him a few times, haven't I, Hawkie?
Certainly have, Tubes.
Franks now, great user of the ball. Just put a little, not enough on it for Williamson, who hasn't had any real impact on this game, Hawkie.
No, certainly not, Tubes. I don't know whether that's because of the way he's playing or the delivery of the ball into the forward 50. Certainly he's been making the leads, he's been there, but the delivery has been poor. And as a full forward myself, I know when delivery is poor, you generally don't enter the game
Full
well.
forward, you, as if. Rightio, right here, big punch out, and the umpire has called deliberate. Wow.
I wouldn't say that's the best interpretation of that rule, Tubes.
Franks with a nothing kick there finds Fogarty.
Deliberate punch.
Nice mark to McDonald right in his defensive, inside his defensive 50. Franks just not really playing on anyone in particular. Howard from the back pocket, comes back inboard, finds Fogarty. Fogarty with a little worm burn up, but too much on it.
He'll be seating himself there. Chest mark drop really could result in a turnover here, Tubes, and put the pressure back on him.
Absolutely, the ball will go out of bounds, and that's a great result for Hutchins.
Certainly is.
So we got the score updates around the grounds, Hawkie.
Carlton last night weren't great.
No, we're not talking about that. Dogs ended up winning by 32 points, and it is the Crows by 14 points, so the Suns yet to score on the mainland games. Ball up here at just forward of centre wing for Hutchins.
Seems like Hutchins have just taken their foot off the pedal, Tubes. They came out here guns blazing in the third term. They just don't seem to be converting some of their inside 50s as they did in the first 5 minutes of the third quarter, Tubes, which unfortunately is not going to bode well for their deficit of 41 points as it currently stands.
Yep, and Tilbury's got a kick here. They need to really clear it out here.
Bring it back. It's got to go over the mark. It's an old rule, but it's a good one.
So Tilbury has it. He'll look for Williamson. He's gone bang with an absolute juice-a-roost.
Oh, beautiful mark.
Taken by Wright, who just played on too quickly. Should have had a bit more time. And Jack Thomas does well. They love Jack Thomas, and it's gone through for a behind.
It was always going to be hard, Tubes. His weight was sliding to the left, but he needed a kick to the right. Needed to just take that extra 2 steps and straighten up and have a shot at goal. If you're going to kick a drop kick, a drop punt, you need to make sure you straighten up.
Yep, that's right. So it'll be Corbett to bring it in for Uni, sorry. Finds Arnold. He's like a human meatball, similar to Dion Prestia. Kicks long. Noy.
Had it on a string.
Yep, Franks. That's a clever handball by Franks. Noy. That's a brilliant kick. Williamson Nothing doing down there, but it's all Hutchins as they kick it forward, and Corbett does really well, and Arnold will clear for University.
Fantastic in defence back there, Choose. Right
just
on the
brilliant.
line, pressure was on, but they managed to get it through.
Hutchins again. They need to keep this in, but it rolls over the boundary line in front of Jack Bastick, and we will see a ball in. They do just need to put this a couple of goals here, Hawk, and it's anyone's game. A couple of goals to Hutchins, and it's absolutely game on.
Makes an interesting fourth turn, Tubes, as we hit the 21-minute mark of the third quarter.
Now they're out here, University. Coming, streaming down the line there, the big number 20, who we haven't managed to get a hold of his number. They won't tell us down there.
His number's 20, his name's uncertain.
Yes, so uncertain does well, and that's holding the ball. Umpire Hollywood has picked one out here, not sure how, but it'll go to Reese Douglas.
What do you give his chances, Tubes?
He's probably 50-50. He's a good user of the footy. This is the replay here, as we can see. He's just dragged it in, and he's trying hard, I guess. I mean, sometimes I think those ones should just be let go. But anyway, Reese Douglas, like I said, 50-50 from here, and
Slides
he's
to the
proved
right
me correct.
on half the bet.
Yes, that's right. So, Hutchins haven't really looked like getting it out from here at all as the ball comes in. Stevens throws it on the boot. There's a big
Falcon.
Falcon for Albury. Right with a tackle. McDonald gets
He's
caught
back.
holding the ball. No. So, Gravelis gets called to play on, so he just kicks up towards Barron and Co.
Oh, that's a beautiful one.
Well under all right. He managed to get his kick away. Shivers tackled hard. Arnold, so quick, gets his kick away. Numbers with Hutchins down here. They just need to get a hold of it. Albury does well, and we will see a ball in.
Wasn't a bad kick into their forward 50, Tubes. Unfortunately, no one at home, so it was all Hutchins to get it out of bounds for a throw-in. It'll be interesting to see whether University can get another goal here, Tubes, as they enter their forward 50 for, I think, the third or fourth time.
Yeah, it's all been Hutchins this quarter, and they'd be disappointed with their scoreboard pressure. The margin is back to 41 points. Big punch. Umpire's pulled out a free kick. It's going to University. It'll be Howard to take the free kick for Uni. Not sure what that was for.
Good head of hair, unlike his father, Howard.
His father's just sitting down in front of us here, Hawkie. So
I can see the top of his head shining in the light of Hobart.
be very, very careful. So the lights are on here. So Howard,
Interesting
coming
way
in.
of holding the football.
He's a beautiful kick of the footy.
That's 100% through for a goal, Tubes.
Absolutely magnificent kick. So Arnold gets his first, and that pushes that lead back out to a nicer margin.
And doesn't he love it, Howard? Have a look at him. Just loves when he gets a free kick, loves when he sits in front of goals, knows how to kick the football, holds it in a unconventional way, but seems to,
yeah.
well, interesting, but seems to finish off. Have a look at it. Holds it behind the ball, drops it onto the boot straight through the hey diddle diddles for a major.
Got a lot of fev about him.
Yeah. Bit of pressure point.
No, with the way he drops his ball. That's coming from Martin Duffy, who's watched a lot of footy in his time. Back in the middle. No Hollywood in the middle. Again. Big ruck contest. Shivers does well. Gets his kick away.
Plays
And the
in
mark
front.
taken there by Jack McDonald. Bit of movement here.
Taking his time. Is he going to go back and have a shot, Tubes, from the 50
Yeah, I
metre
think
line?
he will.
Pull your socks up, son.
Yep. If you're going to play football, he's got a headband with no requirement for a headband. There's blood rule.
Good little moustache too.
Corbett goes in and says, just Can you give me a kick, please? I wouldn't mind having a kick. Is that okay?
My boots
He
up
says,
there.
I'm going to have a goal, thanks. Gee, he's going to kick from about 50 out.
Horrible off the boot.
Yeah, rank. It's gone through, though.
For a
Punched
behind.
for a behind. So, 82 plays 35. 47 points the diff. Franks, who's tried hard all day. Right. Back into Franks.
As we hit the 26-minute mark of the third term, Tubes, you'd hope Hutchins get it up into their forward 50 again and have another goal to make it an interesting fourth term. I just don't see it getting there. A lot of forward line pressure from University in the last couple of minutes to keep it in their forward 50.
Green needs to kick long up towards Barron. Does so. The ruckman fly. Gilligan does well. Franks coming through hard. Gets his handball over to right, but it's missed the target. It's picked up there by Kink. Kink, who has Arnold all by himself down there. Arnold plays on quickly. Hot on his hammer as Sayers, but Arnold kicks his third. And the captain has extended their lead. So all of that pressure from Hutchins has just been undone by some lapse in concentration from the Lions, and there we go. Arnold kicks his third.
Beams would be pretty happy about this, Tubes, just to make sure they can secure the win or bring a decent lead into the fourth term. Certainly those first 5 minutes were pretty disgusting from University, but they are making up for it here in the last couple of minutes of the third quarter.
So back live and in the middle. Ball up. Umpire Hollywood standing on the boundary. He's bounced all right today. Shivers with the ruck contest, wins it down. Nice work there by Grubb. Kick forward and a strong mark by McDonald. McDonald, he had a set shot from here a little bit further out, so you'd think he'd have another one. He hasn't taken as much time. He plays on. Big Roos behind. Franks out wide, finds Tilbury. Tilbury long, but Gilligan chops it off. He's been good today.
Right, he's been fantastic, and Hutchins just can't seem to break through the lines at the moment out of their defensive 50, and that's not going to bode well for them kicking goals as the third quarter siren chimes in the background here at Queenborough Oval.
Yep. So three-quarter time here. It is Hutchins 5-5-35. They're trailing University 13-12-90. Goal kickers for Hutchins: Williamson with one, Tilbury with one, Wright with one, Bastick with one. That is Jack Bastick and James Green with one. For University, it is 4 goals to Mark Albury and Jared Collis, 3 to Tom Arnold, then singles to Josh Fogarty and Chris Howard. Fair bit of work to do for Hutchins. They had most of the play there in that third term. Thanks very much to the Jackson Motor Company and Knight Frank for bringing you this live stream from Queenborough Oval. Yes, Hawkeye. We'll have a quick break. I might duck down and see what's wrong with Jared Collis, see if he will be coming back on. But he looks to be sitting down over in the far dugout over there on our left-hand side of screen. So we'll be right back with this broadcast brought to you by JMC and Knight Frank in just a few moments. Back live here, fourth quarter from Queenborough Oval. Hawk and I just done a bit of a run.
Sounding a bit puffed there, Church.
Don't have the fitness in me, but it is. Thanks to Knight and Frank and Jackson Motor Company, streaming live here across the globe. Hutchins with a bit of work to do, Hawk.
Well, 54 points isn't going to be easy in a quarter of football, Church. They're going to have to start as fast as they did in the third term and take it through to the end of the term as well. They'll need to kick 10 goals. Can they do it? I'm not sure. Only time will tell.
Only time will tell as the ball comes through for Gilligan. Arnold has it, handballs over the top to our number 20, who I did just get his name and now I've forgotten it. Albury, easy.
Make that 11 goals, Tubes. University get the first score of the fourth term. Not going to make it easy for Hutchins if they let him kick easy goals like that, Tubes.
No, too simple there. So Albury kicks his fifth and pretty much that's the game.
Gee, he's been dangerous today, though, Albury, Tubes. Man of the match?
Well, you kick 5 goals. I was thinking that in the third quarter, as we see in the replay here from McDonald. That's a clever handball. Albury just so much time here. And I think poor old Jack Thomas should have just been running straight into the goal square there. But, yeah, I don't know.
Who's been better?
Well, Collis did kick 4. He's off with concussion now after that big hit from Allwright. Probably a couple of weeks there, I reckon, for Tom Allwright. Holding the ball. No, yep. Flicked it away.
Hutchins' way.
Yep. So...
Lewis Noy kicks off.
yeah, he's a good user of the ball, Noy. Stevens trying hard down there. Burberry.
Keeps it in. Keeps it in.
Yeah, that's good from Burberry.
Unfortunately, he didn't get support from his players.
Oh, and that's a rank kick out of bounds on the full.
Not the best kick he's done today, Tubes.
We'll see in the replay here.
Kept it in beautifully here, Tubes. Watch, just paddled it along the boundary line. Got a great little bounce. Unfortunately, who was it? Nicholas Bien just unfortunately couldn't kick it up the line and keep it in and out of bounds on the full.
Bayern.
Bien or Bien?
Don't know. Great tackle. And Williamson is down and he's hurt. But he's okay. He hasn't had the greatest day down there, poor old Mitch Williamson, but spent a lot of time out of footy. It's like he's round 1 because he was rubbed out in the last game of the TSL season last year, playing for Clarence. So he's had a short rest for the start of the season as Shivers gets his handball off to Arnold. Arnold just goes bang and kicks it out of bounds on the full. And it'll be a free kick going to Wright, who looks at the umpire and says, was that one on the full, mate? And just a little bit of cheeky stuff from Williamson. From Wright. Got to look for Williamson here. Not a lot of movement down there.
Pretty congested. Just boots it into the hot spot. Unfortunately, it's all University in Fogarty.
Yep.
Takes a great mark in the University defensive 50.
He just sends a worm burner out, but it's chopped off nicely by the big Barron. So the boy from Penguin, big Hamish Barron, has a chance to kick a goal for Hutchins. No real chance, I wouldn't have thought, but it's all about pride right now for the Hutchins Lions. A little bit of artwork on the inside of his elbows there.
Hutchins never like losing on their home ground to home ground, Tubes. They'll be seething after today. They want to make sure they see University again in the next encounter and make sure they play a lot better than they did today.
Williamson, that's what he's got to do. That's a cracking grab. And he says, no, mate, I'm going to kick this one, thanks. What a beautiful mark there from Mitch Williamson. Come from 4 deep and just clunked it. And now it's just a matter of trying to get him to kick this goal for Hutchins.
It's a tough kick, Tubes.
It is a tough kick. It'll bring the margins back to 54 points.
Does he play on and run round?
What I would do is walk right in as close as I could.
Doesn't need to.
Missed it.
He won't be happy with that.
No, he won't be, Hawkey. That is a sour miss there from big Mitch Williamson, who took an absolute clunker there to try and make this game. Lights are on here. It is getting dark. Corbett to bring it back in. Big long kick to Shivers, the ruckman, who got tunnelled underneath. Now it's a chance for Sayers, who just pops it over the top looking for Garth. And it's gone out of bounds. And we'll see a boundary throwing in the forward 50 for the Lions.
Garth's been quiet today, Tubes. Haven't seen a lot of him. Usually pretty good in and around and under the footy. But unfortunately just hasn't made the impact I would have expected from him today.
Yep, I agree. Shivers just with a big punch. It comes down to Franks, who dodges 1-2 and then just throws on the boot, but it's gone through for a behind. So they've peppered the scoreboard a lot in this second half, and they've certainly been, I think, Hawkey, as far as to this moment in this half, the better team, but they haven't been able to put that onto the scoreboard as it comes out to Palmer.
I think if you look back over the last 3 and a bit quarters, Tubes, they really lost it in the first term when University came out wanting to play football, wanting to get a score on the board and wanting to get a good, healthy lead, and they certainly did that in the first quarter. Unfortunately, Hutchins have been chasing it all day, which is never easy in the Queenborough evenings as the light goes down and everyone starts to get tired.
Absolutely. Ball inside 50 again for Hutchins. That's a little worm burner there for Denby. Tackled, laid nicely. It's picked up by Hutchins again, driven back to our man there in Sayers, who did some commentary early in the piece today, Hawk. The captain, standing captain today.
Leo Sayers?
Yeah, Alistair Leo Sayers, who's kicked it out of bounds, and we'll see another boundary throwing. We're pushing them back. I think that'll go the way of University. It'll be Tom Arnold to take his kick. Chipping in, trying to take the mark back there. That's a clever little touch, nicely there.
Unfortunately, Palmer takes it out of bounds for a throw-in.
Yeah, I think it was. What's this bloke doing over here in the hat, Hawkie? Oh, he's got his young fella there. Or that's
Security.
good. Security. Ball in. Shivers in the ruck. Taps it down. Right. Sells a lot of candy, then just Derek kicks it forward. Corbett.
Stolen.
Wrapped up in the tackle. The Baron says, what's he trying to do?
The boys are excited in front of us,
Yeah.
Tubes. They're clearly University supporters, I would think.
Saturday night.
Look out, Hobart.
Yeah. Ball rolls in forward. Franks just toes it forward, but it's kicked out of bounds on the full by Palmer. And we will see a free kick going to Hutchins. Looks like it will be Jack Bastick to take the kick. No, he's going to give it to Franks. Obviously the designated kicker today. Big punch and a free kick going the way of University though, for a hold off the ball, I think. Not sure why. Lewis Noy's been quiet in this second half, not up to his usual standards.
I'll tighten. Is anyone else coming?
Little worm burner out towards Palmer.
Garth in and under. Was he being held? I think he was.
Yep.
Free kick, Garth, to put it into Hutchins forward 50.
Looking for the handball, not trusting his kick onto that left shoe.
There's Williamson out the back, takes an easy mark, turns around and misses. He'll be seeing he didn't go back and have a kick at that unless it was touched.
I don't want to. I mean, the game's gone, isn't it? But you just got to kick those ones. Maybe he thought that he didn't have the time as Arnold comes over the line, I think. Umpire, yep.
Sorry, I'm really bad.
Umpire Hollywood.
I'm horrible at kicking football.
The game might be over, Tubes, but you're certainly playing for pride here.
Gee, if he was over, he wasn't over by much. And now a ball up right in the forward 50 for Hutchins. Tap goes out wide. Arnold came in hard at the footy. He's going to get it back. Just dribbles one forward. That's a good defensive kick. Jubb's been quiet in this second half, but I suppose because it hasn't been down his way. Gilligan goes back with courage. Sayers gets one off the ball, and it'll be a free kick to Sayers. So he's certainly lifted. I think for that one there.
That last one. Running back with a flight was okay. Kept his eyes on the footy. Unfortunately, the head-high contact after the ball had moved on is what gave away the free kick there, Tubes, as he goes back and has a shot for goal. Doesn't waste any time.
Big long kick forward. Punched away by Fogarty, and it's gone through for a rush behind. So here we go, University to bring it out. They've had a bit of trouble. It's spent a lot of time down in this forward 50 for Hutchins in the last 5 minutes. 10 minutes gone in this last term. Shivers goes up for the fly. Coming through Harbour's Douglas. Gilligan going hard again. Gets his handball away. Quick kick forward again by University. Picked up nicely there by Dunbabin. Kicked forward by Hutchins and almost the mark taken, but it's punched away. That's great defensive work down there by University.
And the boys get around him, Tubes. That's what you want to see for University in this last term. Making sure they're still going hard for the footy, doing those 1 and 2 percenters.
Yep, absolutely, Hawkie.
Finish the game off as they started it, with strength, power and dominance.
That's it. Comes out now. Beautiful work there by Whitney just to dribble it forward. Thomas is down there.
Breaks through the lines.
Yeah, Whitney gets it again. He gets his handball off to Stevens, who goes back to Gilligan. Gilligan looking forward now. Aubrey does well. Providing a contest down here is McDonald, who has Wilson hot on his hammer. That's great work there by Wilson. Noy is in there, and we'll see a ball up here. And what's umpire doing? He's just going to go and get the footy. Keeping an eye on things, as he usually does, umpire Hollywood. Little ruck tap down, finds Dunbabin. Dunbabin kicks away, and the mark's taken by Kink. Kink out wide towards Denby, who was prolific early.
Look up the line, you've got Douglas. Does look for him. Going to be short though. Douglas doesn't make contest, unfortunately. The boys like him in front.
Yeah. DeBoer kicks long, and then that's a great mark taken by Corbett. Elite user of the ball goes wide towards Trent Stevens, who has an absolute paddock out here.
Just runs around him.
Yeah, that's very, very good from Stevens. Great delivery as well, but it's coming out the back. Wilson just chisels it out, but there's only Trent from Punchy out there, and Stevens takes the mark in his long sleeves. I was always a long sleeve wearer, were you, Hawgie?
No, mate, as a man that doesn't get a great tan, I took every opportunity to get in the sun. Never helped me though, just used to go red, peel and go white again.
That's the way. Jack McDonald out, inboard, finds Whitney. Whitney, cross goals, and that's a good mark to Kink.
Puts it out there.
Yeah, Shivers has got a little work to do. Dunbabin now has the footy. The kid from Swansea just throws it on the boot, and it's rolling back here. Corbett now gets a good shepherd. A handball's over the top to Douglas. Corbett gets it back. Not his best kick towards Aubrey. Aubrey gets pushed away. Shivers is there. Dunbabin too. Diving on the footy is Noy at the bottom of that pack, and we will see a ball up.
As we hit the 13-minute mark of the fourth term, Tubes, finally University are seeing it down in their forward 50, which hasn't been down there a lot this quarter. Unfortunately, University had such a great lead coming into the fourth term. I just don't see Hutchins coming back from this, regardless of how much time they spend in their forward 50.
Absolutely. So great tackle there by Douglas.
What can he do with it, Tubes?
He'll pop it up to the top of the square, and there's no one there. But they do get back. Big fly. Nothing doing. McDonald first to the footy.
Tries
great
to break
work
tackles.
by Jubb. Tilbury's there to tackle too. That's great pressure. And the ball comes out to the Bull. He kicks it out well. Mr. Worldwide gets around everywhere. Fit ball. Kicking long. Williamson has it now. On his hands and knees. Handball's off to Allright. That's a good kick into the middle of the ground. Middleton trying hard, but Corbett too good. Now Fogarty has a paddock.
Got an absolute paddock. How far can he run, Tubes, without a bounce?
Well, that was the wrong kick. And Dunbabin will clear. Clever kick to Garth. Finds Garth. That's beautiful work. Into the middle to our man Sayers. Here's a chance now for Green if he's quick enough. Gets his handball away, but Huizing is in the way. Kicking long to McCallum Ring, who takes the mark and then plays on. Handball's off to Shivers. Shivers on his left foot. Pops it up. That's a clever mark. What a grab. It's the big number 20. Look, I'm sorry. I do know. Look at that mark.
Fantastic. And great handball off here. Just open vision. Looks up. Number 20, Tubes. The Anonymous.
I do know his name. That's just a brilliant mark. I should have wrote it down. Sorry. I can hear music, can you? Genghis Khan.
Great song.
Anyway. And there he goes. He drills it. It's beyond doubt now if it wasn't already before. University extend their lead out to an enormous 71 points. 69 points, is it?
I may call the obvious, Tubes, but it's definitely been a whitewash. It's all university today. Is that an obvious call?
Well, I think in that third term, if they had have kicked a little more straight, the Hutchins Lions would have come back into it. But I'll tell you what, they just wasted the ball a little bit.
Yeah, unfortunately, Tubes. They haven't been accurate enough as well. 5 goals, 9, 39. They needed to be more accurate. When you're kicking more points than you're kicking goals and you're the losing side, you've got to have a look at who's kicking your goals and how accurate they are.
Absolutely. So a massive day of football here from Queenborough Oval. Duff TV has covered the reserves of the Old Scholars, then the TSL between Hobart City Demons and the Burnie Dockers, and then this match here today at Queenborough Oval. It's been a great day.
And the consistency of the calling today has been Tubes Taylor, calling all 3 games. And what a fantastic job he's done. I've listened to all 3 of them. The third one's been the best.
Yeah.
But certainly the first and second were great, Tubes. Tell us about the day. How have you seen it play out? And where do you see Duff TV fitting into Hobart television and commentary moving forward?
Look, mate, it's so terrific to have Duff TV to be able to stream these live matches. So there'll be people up there in Burnie who would have been watching their sons and that running around in this TSL game earlier today. It's great to get a bit of exposure for the Old Scholars League as well. I mean, it's a great competition, one of the local competitions down here, but to get that premier competition, the TSL, live streamed around the world is just a terrific effort by AFL Tasmania and, of course, Duff TV, who are making it work today. And, of course, today our sponsors, Knight, Frank and JMC, who have been terrific in paying for this service to be put forward for the Old Scholars, as Whitney has it in the middle. Handball's out wide. That's clever to Kink. And drives it long.
You'd have to say, Tubes, that those people that do love listening to Duff TV, make sure you make it known. Put it on the Facebook, put it on the Twitter, put it on the Instagram.
Yep.
We want to make sure that Duff TV continues in Tasmania because they are opening up AFL football in Tasmania to the world, and we love it.
Yeah, it is a great service, as you say, Hawkey, and I certainly love doing my job here as a commentator for Duff TV. And if there are people out there that want to get in touch, our Duff TV Facebook page is out there. Just look for Duff TV and give us your feedback. We'd love to hear it. As Tilbury goes bang with a massive big punt out wide, finds Garth, who, as he said, has been quiet. He plays on quickly, handballs over the top. What have we got out there? I think that was Franks or Wilson. And a mark taken by Williamson out wide.
You think he'd have a shot from here, Tubes?
Well, you'd hope so. He is the coach.
How many has he kicked today, Williamson, Tubes?
Only
Just
the
the one?
Yeah, that was great play. Right spot, and he's buried his face in the ground too. So Williamson, it's getting a bit tougher out there to see the footy, I'm sure. Brilliant that the rain held off for us.
Mate, it's been a cracking day in Hobart. Not a breath of wind on the Derwent River. The clouds have formed beautifully over Queenborough Oval and kept it dry for the day. The boys will be pretty happy with that. Perfect day for football.
Just to get his confidence up, Williamson needs this. Just going into the season, and that's a beautiful goal. That's his second. And Hutchins shortened that lead down to 59 points. Around about 60, I think it's 62. I wouldn't know. No,
I'd go 58, mate.
Yeah, okay, mate. Yeah.
Maths is never your strong suit.
Northwest Coast education I had. So hello to all those folks up there watching on the Northwest Coast. What a beautiful suburban football ground this is. I mean, if it had if we could have got a little bit extra out of it as far as, a bit more length and a bit more width, it'd be a great ground to play local footy at. It is still a great ground to play local footy at. It's a huge history here with obviously the the Sandy Bay Seagulls, who played here in the TFL and the SFL for so many years. Williamson again at the back, can't quite get to it. Husing's been really, really good today. He's done a massive job down there. So comes out here. Cradless.
Keeps it in.
Fogarty with a little bit of a trick shot through the legs. Noy, who's on the bottom of the pack. And we'll see a ball up pretty much right on the boundary line.
Tubes, not a bad crowd here at Queenborough Oval either. Let me try that again. It's quite a tongue tie, that one. But certainly the locals have come out to support 3 fantastic games of football here today. And unfortunately, we would love to see bigger crowds get along to these sort of games because certainly the crowds do make the atmosphere.
Absolutely. Kick forward by Hutchins. Barron's there. Nice little roving by Sayers.
Great
who gets
tackle, holding the
tackled.
ball.
I mean, look, great tackle, yes. Holding the ball, perhaps, but I don't think Sayers had a hell of a lot of time to get rid of it there or try.
He probably
So-
didn't choose, but he did try and take him on and break lines. And when you
Yep.
do that, you'll get called holding the ball every day of the week. He's kicked that out on the full,
Yeah, he
unfortunately.
has too.
A little bit of a mistake, old mate. When it goes off your boot over that line, it is out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, McCallum Ring, nothing really to answer to today. So, a lot of contributors for University today, Hawkey. Very tough to sort of say best on ground, but I'll leave that up to you shortly. We'll go through the best players shortly in a moment once this quarter is over. There's a big gang tackle there for Hutchins, and they will be rewarded. Middleton in the middle, finds righty. Mr. Worldwide with the worst haircut I've ever seen, Ellen DeGeneres style, as it goes in from Noy. And trying hard down there is Tilbury.
On the boot, Williamson on the line, takes a beautiful mark in the goal square, and he'll go back and make a certain goal for Hutchins at the 21-minute mark of the fourth term.
Yeah, this is just great work from Noy. Just pops it up to the hot spot.
Garth did well here, didn't do a lot, but just made contest.
And then Tilbury really quick, just up to that hot spot, probably a few metres too far, and then Williamson just caught one high.
And kicks a goal.
And kicks that goal. So he'll end up with 3, but I still think that Huizing has won that battle. I know that's pretty hard to say when a bloke kicks 3 goals, but I really think that Williamson is a dangerous man for any football club. He's such a big, imposing figure, and the physical strength and the talent that he brings to a football side can't be understated, can it?
Well, certainly, Tubes. He can be the diff for any game and any side and any afternoon. And unfortunately, his accuracy hasn't been great. And certainly the defensive pressure that's been put on him today has kept him out of the game to only 3 goals, which could have been 6 or 7, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Ball up in the middle. Goes forward again towards the Hutchins goals, but it's possession for University.
Squirts
Shivers
out.
trying hard, as is Gilligan, gets his handball away. That's a
Oh,
brilliant tackle.
wrapped
Wow.
his arm up.
Got his kick away though. Handball back by All Right. Noy trying hard. All Right does okay. It's pretty funny, isn't it? Gravelas kicking forward. Corbett should have taken in the Dukes. Went on the chest. Trent from punches out wide if he needs it. Shivers. So much time. Picked up by Middleton with his big arms. Throws it out wide to All Right. Just a dribbler there, and it'll come out for Palmer. Palmer, who has a runner in Grubb. Grubb kicking long.
Downfield.
And downfield too. Umpire Hollywood called it.
And number
and he's
20.
been reported too. He's been reported by the looks of things. Matt Wright.
And we've got Albury to kick his 6th goal, Tubes, if he's managed to
I'm
slot
not
this
sure if
through.
we got that on replay, but we'll have a look. No, he has been reported. So unfortunate for Matty Wright, who's probably been one of Hutchins' best today. And 50.
Well, that makes it a certain for Albury to kick his 6th goal for the
Yep.
game. It's not netball.
No, that's right. So Albury will go back and kick his 6th. We'll have a look here on the replay. Oh, well, there's nothing in that. Absolutely nothing in that.
Just a little push.
Just a little push, so nothing in that for mine. Don't worry, Matthew Wright, you'll be playing next week. Tubes Taylor, the
Adjudicator.
adjudicator, yeah. No, there's nothing in that, just a little push. Nothing. Open arms. I think umpire Hollywood's just taken that a bit too far. Probably got a bad angle of it, but we've got it here on Duff TV, so nothing to report for there, Matty Wright.
But certainly, Tubes, that takes University up to 16, 13, 115 to Hutchins, 7 goals, 9, 51.
Yep. Duff's told us all to throw that one out. Nothing in it.
Don't waste your paper.
Down to Gilligan, who's tackled quickly by All Right. Douglas.
As we cross over the 25-minute mark, it just looks like Hutchins have gone to sleep. They're ready to go home. They're ready to go and have a beer and enjoy the day. The game is over, I think. I can call that now.
Oh, Hollywood's down. Oh, but he bounced up pretty quick too. Anyway. So a 64-point deficit here at Queenborough Oval. He's tried hard all day, Dunbabin. Noy can't quite get a hold of it. It's dribbled forward, and Howard gets on the end of one and probably should be 50 against Jubb, but it won't be. Almost 70 points here. So he's a beautiful kick of the footy, Howard.
How many has he kicked today, Tube?
Just the one.
And there's the final
kick after the siren. So it'll either be a 65 or 70-point deficit, but he's a beautiful kick of the footy. He's been kicking the footy since we were playing at university.
Oh, that's beautiful off the boot, Tube. Straight through the hay diddle-diddles, straight for the 6-pointer. A great way to finish off what was a fantastic game. Yeah, and University run out victors by 70 points. It is University 16-13, 121 to Hutchins 7-9-51. Goal kickers for Hutchins, Williamson with 3, then singles to Brad Tilbury, Matthew Wright, Jack Bastick, James Green. And for University, it was 6 to Mark Albury, 4 to Jared Collis, 3 to Tom Arnold, 2 to Chris Howard, 1 to Josh Fogarty, and the number 20, who, I'm sorry, mate, I mucked up. Mr. Anonymous.
I do know who you are, I just can't remember. But wrapping out 121, playing 51, 70-point victors to University. Hawkey, who are your best players? Look, Tubes, I'd have to go with Albury or Collis for University today. Both the dominant in the forward line with 6 and 4 goals respectively. Yep.
Certainly were, in my opinion, the diff of University's win today. They came out early in the first quarter, kicked a couple of quick goals. I think Albury had 3 in the first quarter from memory, and then followed up with the following 3 in the last 3 terms. Yep. Collis was good all around the ground, but managed to secure 4 quick goals. How about yourself, Tubes? For me, I'll go through the uni seniors who I thought played well. Tom Arnold always gave, so did Rob Gilligan, Jared Collis as well until he got taken off with a concussion. Michael Palmer in the middle was amazing. But underrated Nikolai Huizing on his job on Williamson did a really great job too. Great call. For Hutchins, I think Brad Tilbury tried hard, as did Tom Allwright. Matthew Wright, as always. Kevin Jubb in that first half was really huge. He got a lot of ball coming in, and Lewis Franks did okay as well. But ladies and gentlemen, we just want to thank JMC and Knight Frank, 2 of our great sponsors who have made this possible here on Duff TV. Incredible stuff to see these 2 great sides go at it. University running away victors. Matt Hawkins, thanks so much for coming in, mate. Tubes, it's been a great day. Thanks for having me on Duff TV this afternoon. Unfortunately, not the best game, but the best day here at Queenborough Oval. Another great, hard-fought rivalry between University and Hutchins, and today University got the chocolates and walk away victors. That's it. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tubes Taylor. We will catch you next time live on Duff TV. Take care. Have a great night.